President Kennedy was shot today. An hour later, my family was murdered. I have nothing left, no future to live for. Those who shook my hands and swore on the Constitution to defend our country betrayed us all. 23 years in the CIA, and this is where I end up. What kind of man fails to protect his wife and son? I'm so sorry, Sean. And you, Barbara? There's no sense in asking for forgiveness. There's no sense in imagining what I could have done differently.
Not so long ago I was asked about how this story began. And I remembered not the Caribbean crisis, not the hydrogen bomb, not even the conference in Yalta that divided the world in two. Everything started much earlier for me. In 1943, I received a mission from HQ. I had to infiltrate the Bergenes fortress in Norway. I first met Vincent Rambaldi there, in Bergen. That was where everything started. For years, a think tank of scientists and Nobel laureates had published an image of a clock to symbolize how close we were to global catastrophe. How close the time was to midnight symbolized how close we were to nuclear war. In 1963, before Kennedy's assassination, before everything we just went through, the clock was at 11:48. If the clock shifted with every event, we actually would have been seconds away from midnight before the world was safe again. Many will never know how close we actually came. After Fitchner's death, there was enough evidence, along with what Rambaldi's team had uncovered, to dismantle the conspirators' network. Any small-time recruits that got away completely went dark. There was a range of processes, however, that were not mentioned by anyone. There were hearings held behind closed doors involving the assassination. The official version presented Lee Harvey Oswald as the ideological lone gunman. No evidence of conspiracy has been identified. After Kennedy, Lyndon Johnson took office, we took a course of action to reduce international tension. I don't know for how long this peace will last. I want to believe that history is more than retelling of past events. History must be a teacher. Looking back, I can see that catastrophe was not thwarted simply because we were in the right place at the right time, or simply because we were clever enough, but because through the darkest and most trying times, there were those who remained loyal and true, giving all of us hope in the midst of evil, and for the future ahead of us.